Blake, what's your mindset? We hear about Zach at right tackle, and he's trying that, and the battle at left tackle with Malik and Sedarius. Where do you feel like you fit into that mix?
I'm coming in every day and trying to work best I can to get better, and that's the only mindset I have. And as far as who plays on Saturdays, that's up to Coach Wolf, and from there I'll go from what he says.
Have you worked any at left tackle this summer or so far these first couple of days?
Well, in spring I played in the spring game left tackle, second left tackle, but other than that I haven't really played a lot.
Do you anticipate getting some looks at left tackle this fall, or do you think you're just going to work you at right tackle and see how that goes?
I'm primarily at right, and if Wolf wants me to move over to left, I'll do that.
Blake, Will has mentioned you as a guy who's been doing pretty well, over the all-season workouts. Has he told you that? How do you feel about that going into camp?
I feel like, this off-season I've gotten a lot stronger and done the things necessary to do so. And, as far as the accolades, all that kind of stuff, we don't really talk about it. It's sort of, demanded by us to work hard, and that's all I do, and come in and do work about it.
A lot of the skill guys on offense have been getting some preseason kudos. How do you guys on the line feel about that?
We really don't care about that kind of stuff. We're the guys that just come in, open holes, and make things work for everybody so they can take all the spotlight.
And obviously, Blake, if you guys don't do your job, they can't do theirs. So how much of the pressure do you feel to make this offense be all it can be?
One thing I thought was really great about Coach Muschamp is he hasn't added any kind of pressure onto us. Same with Wolf. He's just out there telling us to play the best we can, and however we play is the best that we can do.
How different is the competition at tackle compared to last season when you might have had a fewer bodies?
The competition's great, because iron sharpens iron, and the more guys we have out there, the harder it is. But the harder it is, the better you get. So, if Zach moving out, it made it the job for me and him to fight it out, and whoever wins wins. So it's never going to be any friction between me and him personally. So.
What has Dennis Daly kind of brought to your room?
Definitely depth. It's one thing we really needed, and Dennis is a very great player, and he's a great addition to the O-line, and we like him a lot, and I hope that we can fit him in there and he can succeed at whatever he does.
Skill set wise, what's kind of stood out with him in the early going?
He's got quick feet. He's very strong, good hands. So those are three things I think really he brings to the table.
Blake, what's the intensity been like from Coach Wolf the past 2 days?
It's been pretty intense. Same as usual. Nothing changes with Coach Wolf. That's one thing I really like about him is when he comes out there, he's always going to be the same straight shooter, and he's always going to be intense. And nothing's personal with him. Everything is, going to be the way he wants to say it is the way it is said because he's going to straight shoot you.
How would you describe the tempo and intensity over camp the last 2 days right now that you guys are just starting to get back to work?
Can you repeat that?
How would you describe the intensity and tempo in camp so far, just the first 2 days, and kind of how the guys are bouncing around a little bit? You guys are back to work.
It's definitely been very quick, and that's as expected with Coach Muschamp's camps. Spring ball, everything. It was very quick, and nothing's really changed. It's really just handed right over into camp. Now we don't have pads on right now, but other than that, everything's quick and everything's the same.
Coach Muschamp said that things are going to get more physical in camp this year. Have you sensed that at all?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a physical game, and Coach Muschamp definitely wants us to make it physical during practice because if it's physical during practice, it makes the games easier. So, the tougher the practice is, the easier games will be.
How different is going into year 2 and sort of knowing a little bit what to expect in this August camp?
Everything sort of the same from last year. It's definitely picked up quicker because everyone sort of knows the plays now, and it's not as I should say slowed down as it was last year. But it's definitely been physical for the first couple days, and I'm sure it's going to be the same all the way through.
Is it more comfortable that this year than last year, perhaps just from that standpoint at practices? You really know what to expect. I mean, you've gone through spring ball for the second time with Coach Muschamp, and now going through a second training camp. See, the guys are a little bit more comfortable, and it's easier to maybe work with some of the younger guys too, because you can bring them to speed as opposed to figuring out what the speed is for yourself.
Definitely, it's been really good because going into camp, you never know the first year what's going to go on, and now we feel more comfortable. It's not laid back, but it's more comfortable with the coaches. You know what they expect. You know what to expect of yourself. So it's really been very good for the first 2 days. We'll see how it finishes out.
How much sort of continuity is there from what Coach Elliott did into what Coach Wolford does? Is it pretty the same, or are there a lot of differences in sort of the way they operate and what they're asking you to do?
In many aspects, it's different. In many aspects, it's the same. It's hard to say that they're polar opposites, but there are definitely differences that Coach Wolf brings to the table. As every coach has something to do different than a prior. So, I've been very impressed with Wolf. I like him a lot. He's a very tactical man, and he wants things a certain way, and if he doesn't do that, then he's going to let you know. But he's very fair about his assessments, and he's going to straight shoot you, is one thing I really like.